Thank you, Stephen. I think you've heard a little about what we are doing and how we're sort of changing the face of our business in India. And a couple of points that Stephen mentioned, the role of the jewelry retailer or the family jeweler is evolving dramatically in our country. And as for Mark, we understand that, we talk to consumers more and more, and we understand what are the nuances that need to be connected more. So while a consumer in his heart, sees that all of us as Indians have a family doctor and a family jeweler who's been around for generations, but the role is evolving. And we are working with partners to really help consumers come back to our retail, help and bring in meaningness and transparency. So the next section I'll quickly touch upon all the elements that are happening, where we've reached, and what we intend to do in this coming year. So Stephen talked about what's happening at the global level. Now, from an idea in somebody's mind a few years ago, to culminating to about $1.5 billion of consumer money on a partner's table. He mentioned about the doors. So we're present in about 38 countries. We're present in about 2,300 doors across the world. And he mentioned also about the 2 millionth diamond that we achieved in May 2017. In India, our growth story has been quite interesting as well. From the Indian office, we run the Middle East market, our newly started markets, Pakistan, Bangladesh, Nepal, and of course, all parts of India. Just in India, we are present in 230 doors. We work with 85 retailing companies. And I think all of us who've been in India realize that we have a family jeweler who's a city jeweler. And those jewelers don't have the scale to be everywhere. Of course, there are new chains coming up. So that brings it relevance. We are in 38 markets in India, so we aren't just a brand which is available only the top metros only. We understand consumers live in smaller markets, have the access to brands, have the access to jewelry. And most importantly, we've inscribed 135,000 diamonds, and that's what we think this year will end at. Now, just quickly on this slide, last year in terms of growth, and I was talking to one of our media partners just now. So how has this evolved? In 2016, we grew 10% in doors. We grew 10% in cities, but we grew 120% in volume. So the way consumers are accepting the story or need the story of transparency is for real. And we see that happening more and more strongly. Now, a lot of things that we did. So retail transformation is an important goal for us. So when we started the brand, we started with a small presence within stores. From the 230 doors, now we have over 140 shop-in-shops that are changing the face of retail in our country. Our stores of jewelry, which were very, very traditional in their outlook, that's the transformation we're getting in those stores and bringing the connection that new age consumers can relate to this category much better and strongly. We also are, we don't let rest on our laurels. So while we developed this in the last 4 years, we also are now working on how this can develop, how this can evolve, even newer, even more meaningful to a consumer. Loads of technology, loads of modernity, even in the new face of retail. I'm also very proud to share with you that we started our first Forever Mark store in the world in India. We opened this exclusive store in Bangalore. So the fundamental still remains a partner, so we have a masthead which has the partner's branding, but inside all elements of Forever Mark. And while a lot of our consumers go to bigger stores which cater to a wider variety of consumers, the Forever Mark store caters to the young niche, young couples, and aspiring people who are looking at more meaningfulness and more storylines. I'm very happy to share with you, our second store is opening in this city of Calcutta very soon. So I think before the season, you'll have a magnificent store of Forever Mark right here in your city. Moving further, we also believe that while we are building a global brand, we understand what the different needs of local consumers are. Last year, we had various campaigns, and we talked differently to people. So we talked rationally to a quality conscious consumer, where consumers were looking at more confidence on every diamond piece, let's say in a bangle. Yeah? So we talked to them, and our answer was Circle of Trust campaign. We talked emotionally to a young age consumer. And in this project, we studied young couples as to how they're behaving, how equality is coming up, how their roles are interchanging, how it's about friendship and companionship. And the answer for us was the Together collection. So it's TWO together. So it's a little different, but it's doing extremely well in our market. We talked functionally to a millennial consumer. I mean, we did our research and we realized that the second best-selling jewelry type in the country after the ring was actually no spin, but a category which is, slightly old. But how did we sort of get in more modernity, functionality, fun, and versatility in it? So the answer for that was a Capricci collection, which you can certainly have a look over here. And most important project that we had was that we talked for an aesthetic customer, for a what we call an urban royalty customer and a connoisseur. The answer was Zania, which is a very important collaboration which we've done with the ace designer Sabyasachi Mukherjee. So various elements, various answers or various tools to get to different consumer sets. We did a whole lot of co-op campaigns, so we give a lot of importance to our partners who we work with. Last year itself, we had over 30 campaigns that we did with our partners across the country. Again, looking at what is the need for their consumers, what are the needs that they want to sort of address via Forevermark, and this is an area that will keep continuing even in 2017. Last year, we had over 30 events across the country. We were almost like an event management company. We had in-store events, city events, consumer integration events, mall activations, various of these that help us, get to our consumers more and more deeply. What red carpet, what a culture refers to as red carpet collections has been made a milestone event in our journey. Occasions like BAFTAs, Oscars, various other elements that happen are cinematic ceremonies that captivate the global audience. And I can share very proudly with you, year after year, our Indian manufacturers and retailers have made us proud. They've created fine jewelry pieces in Forevermark diamonds, and the world has taken notice. This year itself, we had 21 of our pieces that were adorned in the Oscars. And that's what we bring in. We bring in this bridge of consumers and of platforms for partners who can do creativity here and give them global platforms across the world. So moving to, when we talked about innovation, inspiration, illumination, what are we doing for the industry in this year? And we broadly divided this into 4 sections. Various elements for our partners and consumers kept in mind in Fulcrum. So let me talk about diamonds, which is a core to our business. Lots of projects for our partners to deal with different customers. Our first project is Black Label. So for the first time, these are most exceptionally beautiful diamonds, and we brought in a concept of exceptional beauty and brilliance and scintillation that you can see in even fancy cuts. All diamonds are back at the display, and while we do our walkthrough, I'll show you how beautiful they even look. You don't need to be a diamond expert or wear an eyeglass to sort of look at how beautiful they are. They are just the most beautiful diamond in the world. So I'll be happy to show these to you. We also have a very interesting project which is Exceptionals. And when you look at a high-end niche consumer, our project Exceptionals addresses the need of that consumer. So in this project, we track the diamond from when we find them in a kimberlite, how we sort them, who cut and polish them, why we chose it in Forevermark. And this entire beautiful journey of the diamond is encaptured in a beautiful book, which comes along with the replica of the rough. Again, something that I'll be very happy to show you in just a minute. We also have a B2B platform like a global FMX where the business can happen more like in a seamless manner. We have a 10-point program which now gives our partners an access to product lines which earlier we could not. So earlier we could only inscribe diamonds which were 14-point plus, and with 10-point it opens up a huge opportunity of products as Forevermark. We also have a Carat Plus program where we focus on building a 1 to 3 carat area for our partners. And the Forevermark grading, which is by far the best standards of grading in the world. And again, I'll show you how we do this. A lot of you have also visited our lab in Surat, which brings in a great technology play. And I'll be very happy to share on one-on-one on more details as to what we do in our laboratories. Moving to design, which is the fundamental of our business. And as jewelry retailers or people in this business, we also feel that consumers come to our stores looking up to our partners as trendsetters. A lot of times, हम लोग दुकान पे जाते हैं, हम बोलते हैं, भाई साहब क्या नया है? What is new? So that's something that we always hear. So as consumers, they come to our stores expecting and knowing or understanding that we would give them something that's new. So that's an area that we work very strongly on. Our team is here from Milan who creates all these designs, and now we develop them together. And the first area is the trend selection. Over the last 3 years, what we do is we bring out trends of global brands, where we headed, what are the patterns, what are the themes, and bring in some seamlessness of those lines to the Indian marketplace as well. So I'll quickly show you a video of the 4 trends that we have this year. One of the trends is Geodeco. We have Declarations, we have Nature's Beauty, and we have Now and Forever. So the whole focus of the design really will flow in these 4 themes, which we see are welcomed by our partners. So I'll show you a video which encapsulates these themes together. Can I please have the video?
It was 1989, my thoughts were short, my hair was long, caught somewhere between a boy and man. She was 17 and she was far from in between. It was summertime in northern Michigan. Splashing through the sandbar, talking by the campfire. It's the simple things in life, like when and where. We didn't have no internet, but man, I never will forget the way the moonlight shined upon her hair. And we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Catching walleye from the dock, watching the waves roll off the rocks. She'll forever hold a spot inside my soul. We'd blister in the sun, we couldn't wait for night to come to hit that sand and play some rock and roll. While we were trying different things, and we were smoking funny things, making love out by the lake to our favorite song, sipping whiskey out the bottle, not thinking about tomorrow, singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long. Singing Sweet Home Alabama all summer long.
So that's a reflection of the trends, and while we do this walkthrough soon after, I'll be very happy to show you all these collections. One of the other trends that we picked up was functionality. You know, when I look at women and consumers today, they are leading a multi-dimensional role. They are running their homes, they drop their kids to school, they're doing a fantastic work even in the offices. And that has a direct impact on how they sort of use accessorizations or wear clothes. So we see this multifunctional sort of elements that are emerging. There's a lot of do-it-yourself that's emerging, where consumers want to accessorize by mixing and matching. And there's a lot of impact from social media. And the answer from our side is functional jewelry, which is, you know, A converted to B converted to C. People can use, mix and match. And we've created over 150 designs that I'll be able to show you that are here on the floor, which people have bought in on, which are functional. And I'll show you a video as to how these functional jewelry is a trend that we think is new, but it's at the cusp to really grow bigger and bigger. So can I please have a video on the functional jewelry? So all these, again, designs are on display, which will be very happy to show it to you. Now, moving to the next section, consumers, we did lots and lots of consumer research to come to these conclusions and insights. All these insights actually will be available with the marketing team, and on one-on-one, we'll be, if anybody needs to have an access to those insights of those researches, we'll be happy to share. For now, I'll show you what are we doing on e-commerce. And there's a big question in our industry about the relevance of e-commerce and what we all want to do. Retailers are sort of figuring out whether they should tie on an aggregator, create their own platforms, and so on and so forth. We did our own research, and what we found out that the online consumer is a very impulsive consumer. She's not necessarily the richest consumer, but she's surprisingly young. We figured out that they're very social savvy consumers, they're very well traveled, and the service expectation is on a click. So we have about 2.5 lakh footfall that we have on our website, and we're coming out with a very detailed strategy for our partners to develop the first steps of this e-commerce to eventually become an e-commerce platform at forevermark.com. And again, on one-on-one, I'll be sharing with you more insights. Moving to the last section, that's the campaigns that we're doing this year. So as Forevermark, we've done lots of campaigns over the years which have been led on design. This year, our fundamental core campaign is it's called Credentials, and we're bringing in the logic or simplifying this whole mystique that consumers have in their mind while buying diamonds. This really addresses 3 needs, which will be, one is that what is the quality, and as Stephen mentioned about this whole mystique about color, clarity, and so on and so forth, which isn't so important. It's about the beauty of the diamonds, and that's what we'll ensure. We'll also assure as to where to buy from. I mean, the partners that we work for, we believe, are the finest in the industry. And thirdly, to feel exceptionally proud about those diamonds. So all of that will be appearing in this campaign that will roll out right from the first week of August, going almost till December. We'll be having this on all touch points, very heavily on digital, which, as Stephen had mentioned, is one of the core areas that we're building our brand on. Now, that's one of the projects that we've done, Zania, which is in collaboration with Sabyasachi over the last 2.5 years that we've been working on this program. We think, he's been a magician who really creates these designs and deeper understandings of consumers' insight. I'll show you a short video on the launch that we had in April in Bombay City. And the initial responses that we've got are very, very positive. And we believe that in the next 2 or 3 years, this will be a very important program that will be available to our partners and, of course, to consumers across the country, by which you can cater to something that is accessible luxury. And just have a look at the entire collection, which is right at the end, which I'll show you in the walkway. But for now, just have a look at the video of our very graceful launch event.
It's a little bit of a humbling experience, but I also feel very relieved and very validated that Sachin's team did such a great job of executing my designs.
What you see today is really a first step that we're taking together of what I thought is going to be a very long journey.
I think from being a jeweler, now I'm going to be recognized as being a serious jeweler, and I think that for me is the biggest stepping stone. I was just telling somebody that, models tell you everything in all honesty because of the fact that their job is to go and try products from different brands every single day. And when a model wants to put in her hard-earned money to buy a product that she's actually modeling for, then you know that you've got a great product. A very dignified, quiet evening inspired by the 20s because the jewelry is very intimate. I didn't want to do something very pompous. I wanted to keep it very refined, so it's almost going to be like a Berlin nightclub. We are going to have some great jazz and beautiful men and women wearing stunning clothes and the most stunning jewelry, and it's all going to be in good spirit. I hope this collaboration lasts forever. That's all I can say.
So we are very, very positive about this whole collaboration, and I'm sure you will see more of this in the consumer spaces in 2017 season time. Moving to the next section, we're launching this campaign called Now and Forever. It's really focused on consumers which perhaps are aspirant diamond buyers, not perhaps today, but building them in the pipeline. We always feel that there is need for non-traditional approaches. This is one of them. We're hosting this on our website, and here we're covering 4 areas. It's Forever Stories, Why a Diamond, the Diamond Buying Guide, and Protecting Forever. I'll show you a short video which encapsulates all of these aspects, but really it's a platform where we're going to be building future consumers for our category. Can I please have a glimpse of the video, please? So again, something non-traditional, but we think extremely powerful to build the core of what we really deliver. That's emotion, that's love. Our campaign will this year begin right from early August till end of December. All touch points will be covered right from television, radio, outdoor, and the more modern ones and more relevant ones like digital very, very strongly this year. Needless to say, we'll continue our whole impetus on working in local markets via events and other activations. While in the walkthrough, I'll be very excited. I am actually very excited to show you all these elements. And you see a whole lot of transformational technology that is here on display. And it's really meant where we feel as Forevermark that this will be mainstay. This is going to be a part of the stores in very near future. So more of it while I take you around. You know, we do certain elements at the forum every year. So we have a design contest, which I'm going to announce the results just in the next couple of minutes. So where all retailers vote for one design, and we back that design for marketing for the year. We also have a passport contest. We have a lot of other things happening. There's also a dark room that is outside. It's not like dark room. It's really a brilliant room, I must say, where we tangibly show the brilliance of these diamonds. Again, something that I'll show you outside. And very powerful, simple, strong stories of De Beers, which are again displayed outside, which I'll show you. Every year we bring out knowledge series which are relevant for us. We had 3 speakers yesterday, I'm sorry. So we had Mr. Sanjeev Goenka, who's a stalwart from the Indian industry. We had Ms. Deepa Jatkar from Facebook, Instagram. She gave us a very important perspective. We can share all these videos with you. And we have our own Mr. Costantino, who's here, who's going to be interacting with all of you. And his perspective was about making it possible and accepting or adapting to this new life and the new change. So that's really it from our side, and amongst all the elements that you heard from Stephen and from me, the whole perspective that we gave out was that we really are all for one and one for all from a trade point of view. So we will be behind all our trade partners, working very closely with all of you to really get this consumer more and more aligned to our category and build a great future. So that was the essence, and a little later we'll take you around a walkway to show you all these elements that I talked about. Before I just close today's session, some important announcements to make. So we wanted to share the results of the design contest. If I can have my team to give me the results, and we will be able to announce the winner. Stephen, can I request you to come on stage and join me here? So to give you a perspective, we worked with various of our jewelry manufacturing partners, and the vote is being given by our jewelers who've liked these designs powerfully, and here is the result. Fantastic. Thank you. Stephen, you can make an announcement of this.
And the winner of the Forum 2017 Design Competition, B&N Jewelers.
Keep clapping. Congratulations.
Hey, congratulations. Well done. Fantastic. There, stand in the middle.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good. Well done.
Thank you. Thanks. Just 2 minutes. I'll just do some closing remarks. I also wanted to extend a word of thanks to for people who are behind creating this platform. I would give a big thanks to the hotel, JW Marriott, who supported us on every little need that we had across the last, not just 3 days, but across the last 2.5, 3 weeks. They did a fantastic job. So the team of JW Marriott, I don't know if they're here. I'd like to say thanks to our travel partners, Indiana Travels, who got us all here, fixed up in the rooms. All that was done seamlessly. Our PR agencies, Actimedia and People, who of course have been instrumental in getting all of you here. So big round of applause to them. Thanks to you guys. Our technology partners, DDB Mudra, who've got some excellent technology and I think will bring in reality to our operation now. I must also, the biggest thank to our rocking partners, Entertainment Bay, who made this entire event possible. A big thanks to the entire entertainment team, who've done a fantastic job. I would also extend our courtesy to our senior colleagues and management team who've come from all over the world to support us on this platform. It just brings in so much of vitality to what we do. Thanks to all of you guys. And lastly, I would like to extend a big thanks to my entire team who's been behind this, creating this platform from not just the last 1 week, 2 weeks, but over 4 months. And I feel proud that I'm part of that team. Thanks to all of you guys to make this happen. Thank you. And I think let's get on to our walkway where I can share with you all the elements. And Kainas, you wanted to take a picture opportunity. So I will request Stephen to come and join me for one photo opportunity. The exceptional diamonds that I talked about, these are the most exceptional diamonds that are there in the world. All of them come with the backing of the whole journey of this diamond. And you can please have a picture. They're amazing. Stephen, I think it's a step a little forward. Yeah, sorry. Thank you. It's nice. Spectacular. Absolutely stunning. Over to you. Thank you, Kainas. Thank you. So I'll be very happy to take everybody through a little walkway as to what all the elements are here in more depth. Thank you.